Welcome back to Mental Health Matters. Welcome back to the channel. If you have recently subscribed, welcome to this channel where we talk about all things mental health and everything really that is going to affect your mental health in life, and how we can reflect, move forward, come up with tools, come up with things that we can use to cope every day. And of course, in some instances, I talk about how certain things have impacted my mental health and how I went about the experiences, or how I go about the experiences every day. So it's really just about everything that we need in order to take care of ourselves: self-care, self-love, prioritizing yourself, coping, everything. And remember also that I do have a podcast. It is currently on Spotify, and recently I have also included Apple Podcasts. So if you are an Apple Podcast person, then definitely go ahead and follow the podcast. You can also like, comment, subscribe, and so on. So thank you so much for joining this episode. And today I will be talking about a very interesting experience that I think is, well, I haven't come across anybody who's really talked about this, but what we do as people is that we have these conversations in our circles, in our spaces, in our minds. Sometimes we don't really express it because it's quite complex. I mean, if you're going to talk about how your mental health is affected in the workplace, but at the same time, you need the job, at the same time, you need the money. I mean, it's quite tricky. It's like, okay, but what am I supposed to do? So today I am going to share my experience of how how my mental health was negatively impacted by a toxic work environment. So I think, the good thing about being a young person, is that when you get into these jobs and into these spaces, you just have so much energy. You are vibrant. You are looking forward to learning or experiencing whatever, job that you're doing. And the most exciting part, of course, is earning your own money. And I think that that has been my thing. My thing has been from the get-go, I have so much energy, I have so much drive, I'm focused. I get into a space, into a place, and I do what I'm supposed to be doing, and I give it my all. Um, Even today, I don't have that thing of, if I get into a certain work environment, I want to get promoted and be a manager, or be this, or have this kind of role. I do not care. What I do is I analyze the space, and I analyze the structure. Like, oh, okay, so this environment, like, oh, you get promoted, there is an opportunity to get promoted. So what happens after you get promoted? Like, what are the benefits of getting, like, I really think, so how are the people in that role, how are they feeling, what are they, what are their experiences, what kind of people are suitable for those roles? And most of the time, I'm just like, okay, no, cool. I'm cool with whatever it is that I'm doing, just as long as I am abiding by the contract, by what I have agreed to do in that particular job. Then I am cool. I am not a troublemaker. I most of the time, I just mind my own business. I socialize with the people that I vibe with. I socialize with everybody. I don't have any attachments. I'm a free spirit, and I read the energy, I read the room, I read everything, and I know how to go about it. Sometimes I don't say something. Sometimes I work and it's like I'm not there. It's like I'm not there. I'm just in my zone. Sometimes I want to engage with people. Like I am just, really an employee, if you may put it that way. But in this particular job that I am going to talk about, I worked for this particular institution for quite a number of years. And from the beginning, of course, it was quite exciting. I had the enthusiasm, like I said. I was looking forward to everything. And I quickly analyzed as to what is going on. So from the get-go, of course, there are going to be people that don't like you. It happens to all of us, or most of us, if I may assume, for no reason, or they feel threatened. Or somehow, you don't know, you also don't understand, and you'll never understand, and you'll never know. And there will be people that embrace you, and there will be people that are just cool with you, just civil. And I'm okay with that, whatever. Just as long as I'm complying to what I had agreed upon, and I'm getting my coin and I'm out. That was my thing. And I also realized that because of the kind of system that is being used to do the job, there are a lot of problems that you may experience. So you will have glitches, you will have errors, you will have certain things that happen because of the system, especially when we talk about technology. Anything that is related to technology, we all know that somewhere, somehow, it will fail you, it will do the most. But there is, of course, steps, and there is a support help desk type of vibe where you can reach out, or steps that you need to take to reach out and seek help. And it has been proven so many times that every time I try to seek help, you don't really get the help. But what happens is that you are being manipulated. I would say you will experience gaslighting. And remember, when we talk about gaslighting, this is when someone will make it seem like what you're talking about is not real. It's like, no, but you made the mistake so that this system acts like this. Not to say that there's something wrong with the system. But at the same time, your performance is on point. And it's contradictory because there is no evidence as to, there's no real evidence as to what is it that you did wrong. Because you understand the system, you understand how it works. And you're saying, but then there is an error here. Like, please help me out. What is good? Maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but already from the get-go, you'll experience a lot of gaslighting, a lot of manipulation. Why? Because in that environment, because it's a toxic environment, people already feel anxious, people are exhausted, people are resentful, people are stressed. I think I'll go with those 4 points: resentful, stressed, anxious, and just tired. So it's like that energy is projected towards you, and there isn't much that can be done from that point onwards. And at the beginning, it feels personal. It feels like maybe this is a personal attack to you, towards you as the individual. But as I went on and you talk to other people, you investigate, you share these experiences with other people, And you realize that no, it's not about you. This is something that is happening in this environment. And it happened so many times, so much that going back to all the points that I mentioned, I also somehow became like that. I also embodied anxiety. I became very anxious because if I am not able to seek for help and support where I'm supposed to, then the problem lies with me. And it means that I am the one who made the mistake. I am the one who didn't do something wrong. And then later on, it kind of does affect your performance at the end of the day, because I mean, if you are the one to blame, then it means you're not doing what? Your job properly. I became anxious. I also became resentful towards those people. And later on, I became resentful towards this environment. I became very tired. I became very stressed. And it was like a cycle. It was like a cycle because there is no way that we need to realize something. In a toxic work environment, you can't seek help because the toxicity is moving throughout every level. It's moving. If the high ups cannot help you, the people at the top, they cannot help you. And they have that negativity and those toxic the gaslighting, the manipulation, and they do that towards you, then all you can ever do is just talk to other people that are experiencing the same thing as you, and you just keep rambling, and you'll just keep going over these experiences over and over again as a way to kind of like console yourself, as a way to express yourself. But really, there is no help, there is no break, there is no way out. And keep in mind, this was a very intense job. It was very intense. So you have minimum rest anyway. When you go home, you have no chance whatsoever to interact, do other activities in your free time, because your free time is like running errands. You need to run errands. You need to make sure your your clothes are good, are clean. You need to clean your space. You need to just make sure. You need to cover groceries. You need to take care of your space. You need to take care of other people. You need to run errands. You don't have time to self-care. You don't have time. It's all just happening in your mind. And even in your mind, there's no space to do that because you're just thinking about, oh, I gotta go back tomorrow to that work place, to that toxic space where the minute you walk inside, you walk into that door, you are tired. You can be as refreshed as ever. You can feel fresh, but the minute you walk in, like you just, and one thing about me, I am a sensitive person. I feel energy. I feel energies. When I walk into a space and people are tired, I just get tired. When I walk into a space and people are we're full of energy and life, whatever, I also, begin to feel that way. And it's really difficult. It's very difficult because it's overwhelming when 99.9999% of the people in a workspace and environment are just feeling drained, tired, stressed, all the negative emotions. Who are you, one in that 99.9, to repel that? And listen, there are people that I've seen, that that I've been in that space with, that are just happy and good, and they feel good. And I don't know as to whether they just have thick skin like that. Over time they've developed that thick skin to say, I'm still going to have a good time and be happy. Or if they're mentally strong people, maybe they are just mentally strong, and I and the others, or because I'm talking about myself, me, as for me, I was not so mentally strong to withhold, to get through the situation. But this happened for years. So I don't know as to whether I should say I was mentally strong or weak or whatever. I don't know. So during all of this, I really went through so many dark phases in terms of my health, for sure, in terms of my relationships. Number one, my health started deteriorating. Remember, your mental health is connected to your body, is connected to your mind. It works together. If your mind is, if you're mentally, you are exhausted and you feel stressed and this and blocked, and you're not doing anything about it, you're not attending to that, your body is going to definitely hop on board and try to alert you. So you'll start having flu symptoms. So you start having a stomach ache, sore throat, this and that, just to try and signal you that you're not okay. You need to do something about this. What's going on? And of course, throughout those years, I went to so many doctors because I would think things, deep things like, yo, what if I have this kind of disease? What if I have that kind of disease? But every time I would go there, nothing. But just, you are experiencing burnout. You are experiencing burnout. What's going on? You need to take a break. You need to take a leave. And even if you do, there is no difference, really. I got so sick to a point where, like, there was a period of time where I got so sick that I was not able to go through my menstrual cycle. I lost my hair. Imagine losing your hair. Like, imagine combing your hair and there's just a ball of hair in your hand and you're just like, what is going on? There were moments where I just blacked, like, I didn't even know. And for me, I just really think I just kept on going. I just kept on going. I just kept on going. Why hopeful? I've realized something as human beings. Sometimes this thing of being resilient is very dangerous, of being strong. It's very dangerous because what happens is that you are thinking, yo, I'm so strong, I'm just going to keep going. I need this, I need this. But you don't realize the red flag. It's not even the red flags. You don't realize when things are falling apart, when your health is in the worst kind of situation. You don't even realize when your health is just not good at all. When your health is just showing you flames, when you are breaking down, when things are falling apart, you don't even realize it because it's like you've trained your mind to be so strong and resilient. Oh, because I need this. And another thing, another thing that really is quite dangerous would be the people around us. You see, if you are in a toxic situation, be it a relationship, be it a job, and you are experiencing the toxicity with everybody, you are all in the same space, you are all affected by this situation, you are all feeling the same way, you all have the same symptoms, it's going to be very hard for people to encourage you. This is why I said I could not feel like there was anybody who could really help, because we are all in the same boat. And people will say things like, oh my gosh, like in South Africa, there is so much unemployment. Listen, I am not against the situation in this country. I'm not against it. It's true. People are suffering. food prices, everything is triple, double, everything is just getting worse. There's petrol, whatever. It's the reality. We live in that reality, we know it. But you are somehow dying, and the conversations would be, oh, but what are we gonna do? The unemployment rate is so bad. The situation is so bad. Like and that's the thing, right? That is the thing. I really felt so resentful, and I still do. Don't get me wrong, I still do towards this institution, towards this company. Why? Because I feel like they are doing that. They are doing exactly that. They are taking advantage of people. They're taking advantage of their own employees because they know the state of this country, and they know how many people are so desperate that they are willing to get through the toxicity. They are willing to hold on to that toxic environment, no matter what it takes, even if it means death. Even if it means death. They are willing to hold on to that situation because, oh, where are you going to get another job? Unemployment in South Africa, this and this, that, this and that. So you think about that, it runs in your mind, and it runs in your mind, and it runs in your mind. And you're like, let me be more resilient. This is the truth, because what am I going to do? Yeah, what am I going to do? But another question is, what am I going to do because I'm deteriorating? Can I reverse that? When it comes to health problems cannot be solved by money. Whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, that's your thing. But what I know for sure is health issues cannot be solved by money. They are not reversible like that. It's not easy. And you are feeling the pain, you are feeling the discomfort, you are the one going through it. So when people project their fears and say, oh, but the situation, what about you? And that was my experience. I think the last straw for me was when certain employees got so mentally ill and got into life-threatening situations that this particular company could not understand, to a point where they lost their lives. For me, that was it. Because guess what? That can also be me. Why? Because I'm holding on to that situation. After certain people passed on, they lost their lives. Young people lost their lives because I was just like, you know what? I think this is it, because I am suffering in however way I'm suffering. I'm anxious. I'm tired. Everything is just about work. Everything is just about work. I can't even create a work-life balance. I can't. I tried this. I tried that. I'm out here telling people to take care of their mental health, but am I really taking care of my mental health in a toxic situation that is never ever going to change? No. Two people lose their lives, or people lose their lives, and what do I need? Do I need to be the third person? So I was just like, that is just my last straw, and that's it. Really, that's it. It is toxic, and it's toxic. There's nothing that anybody can do. If the people at the top will gaslight you and manipulate you about a system that they know, a system that they're in charge of, I was just like, no, I'm not going to play a game of chess with my life because of money. I'm not going to do that. And with all due respect, I do respect people that really need the money, and they can be strong in those kinds of situations. That is amazing. But as for me, no, thank you. So that is exactly what I wanted to share You know, and I hope that this resonates with someone out there, because maybe you are in that kind of situation. Maybe you've heard of that kind of situation. Maybe you could experience that kind of situation and you don't really know what to do. You see the red flags, but you don't understand, because you are so strong and I need the job and I need the money. So you can take something from this and learn from it and reflect upon it, discuss it, talk about it, drop a comment. You know, let's engage about these things, because not a lot of people are talking about these things because of the cost of living and the situation, and you need to do this and you need to, and the money and the money and the money, which is reality. There's nothing we can do. We need the money, but at what cost? I think that is the question that I wanted to drop out of everything that I've said. So thank you so much for being here. Please make sure that you are subscribed, that you drop a like, a comment, anything, and I will see you in our next episode. Please continue to take care of your mental health, take care of yourself, because you are irreplaceable, really. When you're done, you're done. There's nothing else. So thank you so much for staying tuned, and I'll definitely see you next time.